Yeah, so you might be implementing with the change control maybe from here, or you might be going through a PMO and then reporting to change control. I don't think there is anything more than this. Yeah.
Sure. I'll just take the scenario.
Yeah.
Now drawing the line where the project ends and the operation starts, right?
Yes.
So that's expectation that the project and the operation don't have any overlap.
No, okay. Let me. What I'm trying to show here is the broad. These lines are drawn for a clarity of understanding the tool. There will be a lot of overlap between all those lines. I have not drawn those specifically because if I want to show you other viewpoint, I will show you how the projects and operations would overlap. There definitely would be overlap because you cannot simply have one practice taking care of everything, and there will be overlap. I'm not saying that overlap don't exist. For example, this is a diagram which I borrowed from OGC's book for clarifying that project and operation. So you have a strategy team, there is a project team, there is a strategy, design and transition, and then there will definitely be an overlap of transition and operation. So
my point is, and this is just a scenario that I'm giving to you, which is talking about any metrics right now, is that there are a number of projects where the development and operations go hand in hand.
yes.
I'm not saying the transition happens and therefore there's overlap. I'm not talking that scenario. But a scenario where the operations are live, the project and the application is live, but in parallel there is a continuous development that happens. Now, in a scenario like that, which I'm at the moment facing a challenge is that when you have the operations changing, a certain configuration of the application, it's becoming very difficult to incorporate those changes into the development.
Yes. Let's understand the fundamental reason why there is a change in the application. Why we have so many changes. So when you really look at so many changes coming into application, I would blame it. First I would like to do a root cause analysis. Of course, I know there was no correct design. I did not put enough thought on my enterprise architecture. That is what I would point to. That is as a preventive action. Okay, the immediate corrective action for me as an organization would be to have some mechanism created because of the wide change control to keep on doing those changes. I have no option but to do those changes because business needs it. I will have to do those changes. I will have to follow change control mechanism and the governance mechanism to do those changes. So, what is your question precisely here?
Okay. So, this is that the operations are online, and then in parallel the development is also happening. So, there are more enhancements happening there, and major changes happening.
Scrum recommends that. Scrum says that you deliver the value immediately, get it live, come up with the next piece, release it. So, as and when you keep making the changes, the application is already live. You don't wait a 100% accurate product to be out. You release does the best functionality first, and then keep on enhancing as you go on. Provided your design is correct. Now, fundamentally, if my database structure itself has not been designed correctly to take care of my reporting aspects, and that is what I would say, that when you design a product or a service, the first question I would ask is, tell me what kind of reports you would like to see. Because that is where most of the changes come, because I want to capture this also, I want to capture that also, I want to see the results of this also. And I ignored that at the design stage as a part of my enterprise architecture. And that's why I go through a lot of changes. And at times those changes are not possible to do technically unless you redesign the entire database structure. Or even if you come up with the solution, we did those kind of solutions and we realized that the performance of application went so pathetically slow. We did one document management system. The organization did not really specify what exactly they would like to do when they go live, and then they came up with a lot of changes. They had defined the access control mechanism. Now the problem is that performance is so slow and the integration between their existing application and this application did not happen. Now the question is, they are saying that I need a better performance. While logging in, I am taking 23 seconds to log in. I cannot have that performance. I need a login within 3 seconds or 5 seconds. I should be able to log on to the application, work with it, and get the integration done. If I have to make the changes, I have to redo the entire application. Now, if I redo the application, who pays for the efforts gone into it? Customer says, you will not pay for it. and we say we have to redo it, so I need the money for it. So we are at fixed. So my choice is either I live with it or I put in investment. Who makes that investment is the second thing. And I think yesterday also there was a conclusion that there is a 30% rework that we do anyway in IT. There's a research fact. And that can be part of rework. Who pays for that rework is a question to be discussed. I mean, who pays for it? But that is the reality. And you will have to live with it. And that's why I use Scrum there at operational projects also.
The point is on the design. If Zapier and IQM will be designed at the same level, if we not the Zapier or the program framework will act at slightly higher level compared to that we are able to pick now.
I have to ask one question to myself before I conclude on that. I would ask this question. I would say, do I want enterprise architecture to dictate my service strategy? Or my service strategy will dictate my enterprise architecture?
It has to be almost like that level.
No. The first question is, what dictates what? Will my strategy dictate my architecture, or my architecture will dictate my strategy?
Both have to be internal, because if strategy will tell you, okay, I want to launch a new product, but if your enterprise architecture or whatever the capabilities that you have in your organization, if it is not supporting that, then you have to do.
Launching of a new product cannot be a strategy decision according to me. I mean, launching of a new product, getting into a new business line totally can be a strategy. I mean, we can argue on where the boundary between strategic decision and the tactical decision lies. According to me, if I'm in the same business and I'm launching a new product within the same business line, I will not call it strategy. If it is an organization like Reliance, whether I should add one more product line into my existing business, I don't think Ambani would be really coming and asking each one which product are we launching, which service are we launching when. If they are doing a different business altogether, business unit, that level maybe the strategy governance will happen, according to me. So when I'm defining the enterprise architecture, I won't define it at that level, but I need to have a strategy in place how am I going to operate as a fundamental organization. So I might get this framework here or here. And you might say, yes, I worry about my enterprise architecture at this level itself before I really start defining my balance scorecard. That is also fairly applicable.
Whatever you can actually divide the enterprise architecture into that level, probably you will design that whatever you have done.
So enterprise architecture at this level. Yeah, that's I will be okay to have that as a viewpoint. And this would vary, this would differ from practice and the organization. So I can say yes, if I am defining my strategy along with my enterprise architecture, possibly, yes, I will do it at this level. Therefore, design I will refer to my enterprise architecture. So this is what it is. So you have. Yeah.
Okay. Just giving you very small examples. I have some clients in my hand. One of them is a very grooming company from Jaipur. You will have aware about Jaipur, a city where now a lot of companies are starting their offshore delivery centers. That company, just give me one clue how I can see this. Just imagine, you can adopt best practices out of all these models to drive those. But a small organization which is more in numbers, if I will go to Microsoft and ask them, boss, do you want to buy COVID or do you want to implement it or whatever? I didn't understand what exactly is the purpose to be done.
Okay, I'll tell you what is the purpose.
Yeah.
Even if it is a 3 people organization, this framework would be applicable.
Yeah.
Okay. If it is a 3 lakh people, still this framework would be applicable as an integrated approach, because I am not defining the level of complexity, I can pick and choose the level of controls. There is always a maturity at which I operate a process. The process maturity starts from 0 to 5. And if I want to say 1 to 5, I can use a particular process from maturity level 1 to maturity level 5 in any organization. If there is an organization where I think the portfolio controls are not so crucial, I will operate that postcard at maturity level 1, very ad hoc level. It's okay. But I cannot ignore this framework. If I am ignoring any of this practice as a part of my business, now again I am talking this more from a business point of view and not from a technology point of view. I am talking this from a business point of view. If I ignore any of these practices from a business point of view, I am going to land in trouble one day or the other.
It is what actually, if whatever is the reason, I don't know. I have a couple of more reasons. I don't know much about what exactly is Jackman, ITIL over there is. But if you can include something like design practices, which are like XP or Scrum over there also, that probably can make big difference.
How will my Scrum or XPS decide my design? Is my question. Ashish,
it's just not one question. Design means what? Design of the product or design of the what?
Design of my service, where there is a part of the product is a part of that service.
Overall service.
I'm talking about the overall service. I'm not talking about product design.
Okay. That's it. You can either adapt or you can.
Yeah. So I'm saying that I would leave. If I have a product company, then all of this may not be of relevance to me. I will just operate this, not even this. I will operate only this piece. If I have a product company, I will still, as a product manager, I am only working with this. But at a business level, at a stakeholder level, he is definitely worried about all of these. Are you ready to go?
I up to an extent, because see, I have read very good article from Oracle's owner, Allison, whatever the name is. So he is also okay. So he is started using balanced scorecard. Few guys are aware about it actually, and he has acquired. When we talk about acquisition, when we talk about buying new companies, when we talk about team complexity, also I don't believe is been addressed. Anyway,
okay. So managing people is fundamental to any process or practice. I take it as a given point. If you are not able to manage people, then no practice in the world can be. Framework says, no, I'm saying that managing people and managing communication, I would take it as a given part of any organization's success. I would not assume that a particular fundamental. So I definitely agree to the point that people management, cultural management, and communication management are the fundamental pillars of success of any organization. And I would not deny to that fact. I'm talking from process point of view.
I just want to know actually, are they part of balance scorecard also?
Yes. Sir.
Is that?
Yes.
Then you can deploy from there also.
No. I'm saying it is a part of balance scorecard. We have a feed from all the functions in the organization, including HR as a function. So when I talk about my future orientation or my innovation as a part of my balance scorecard, I am definitely looking at what skills. So from HR point of view, what skills inventory do I have as my resource pool? What knowledge and skills do I maintain? Is my future orientation. So from HR point of view, the balance scorecard aspects applicable are different. From finance management point of view, the balance scorecard fundamentals are different. From IT point of view, they will be different. And all these functions would definitely feed into a balance scorecard to have at our organization level. So every function will have its own balance scorecard. So that will definitely be taken care of. I can show you a balance scorecard slide also if you are interested. So this is what balance scorecard talks of. Customer loyalty, on-time delivery, process quality, process cycle time, employee skills. And when I talk of employee skills, I am not only focusing on the basic fundamentals, but I am looking at all types of skills, including my communication skills, technical skills, management skills, everything. So definitely it will give a feed. I am not denying the fact that